welcome again to Get Celebritized. This is the show for you. If you are an entrepreneur in business and you want to learn nuts and bolts about how people make it to success. Now, some may be millionaires, some may be just 10,000aires, some may be 100,000aires, but they've all experienced some form of success. And they come on this show to share their success tips. Maybe it's from their failures. Maybe it's from overcoming a huge obstacle and they still were able to create some of their dreams coming true, or maybe all of their dreams coming true. So this is the place to show you how you can get celebritized, how you can become the best known person in your industry. And we're going to show you how nothing can stop you, because these special guests that I bring on every single week on Get Celebritized are going to give you hope and give you hope for your future, that if they can do it, you can do it too. So here we go. Tonight, I have two amazing guests. One, my very first one, spreads joy across the world. She's coming up in just a second, but don't go away, because after that, we have an amazing woman who is formerly Mrs. World Haiti. And you all know how Haiti is so close to my heart. You're going to have to hear her story right after my very first guest. So let me bring up my very first guest, none other than JOYAnne. Oh, no, wait a minute. It's not JOYAnne anymore. It's JOYAnne, creator of JOYBLZ. She's an artist formerly in the biopharmaceutical industry, helping to revolutionize the practice of medicine. She's got an MBA from Harvard Business School, but she spreads joy everywhere she goes. This woman is using both sides of her brain. I'm telling you what. So here she comes right now. It's JOYAnne. Welcome.
Hey, Aurea.
JOYAnne.
I was laughing when you were explaining I used both sides of my brain. I was laughing when I heard that introduction. I'm like, yes, I am. I'm going from the left to the right side now.
You really are the epitome, JOYAnne, of somebody who's super brilliant on the Harvard Business School, the analytical, that whole career that you've had. And now you're over on this, you've come over to my side, the artist. You're an amazing artist. I mean, your brain is really working overtime on both sides, because you don't just doodle. When we get to it, your drawings are amazing. And that's from your imagination too. And if you're all listening to this on podcast, you've got to see this on video. So go to the YouTube, go to E360 TV. You've got to see it. We're going to show you some of her artwork, but it is JOYBLZ.com. So JOYAnne, come on in. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And I'm going to show your website, JOYBLZ, JOYBLZ.com. You've got to go and see her on Instagram and her website.
Thank you, Aurea. Such a privilege and honor to be here. I'm so excited. Oh, there's my JOYBLZ.
You are a messenger of joy.
Yeah.
We have to tell the people we've met on Clubhouse, and you've been spreading joy on Clubhouse now for all the months that I've been there. But tell the viewers and listeners real quick about your former position, because you've been very successful in your other business career, and now you're launching a new part of your life. And there might be a lot of other people that want to do what you've done and launch something completely different, completely new.
Oh, yeah. So that's a great question, Aurea. So I am from a whole different life now to where I am today. So previously, I was a molecular biologist who worked in some biotech companies before going back to get my MBA at Harvard Business School, because I really wanted to make a difference in the lives of others by developing breakthrough drugs. And so I worked for 25 years in the biopharmaceutical industry, not only in biotech companies, but in pharmaceutical companies as well. So I wore both hats. I was the pharmaceutical company hat, where I was giving money to the pharma company, to the biotech company. And then I was in the biotech company asking the pharma company, could we have $100 million to help us develop this cancer drug? So I was loving my job. I mean, I did business development, I did marketing, I did product management. It was a wonderful career. I helped build amazing companies. We really developed drugs that saved hundreds of thousands of lives. And then during the pandemic, I decided, I wanted to pivot, because I realized that you're never too old and it's never too late to pursue your dream. Because I have always had this passion for sharing my creativity with the world. Ever since I was a young girl, I'd been drawing. You know, I would draw and doodle and draw and doodle and draw and doodle. And my mother would say to me, "Oh my gosh, look at those little characters you're drawing." And they were all totally different than they are now, but they definitely was some kind of, you know, skill I had that I never really developed. I just sort of drew and drew and drew, but I always loved when I drew, because it was like, it took me into my like imagination, like you said, and I never knew it would be on the page. And so then during the pandemic, I found myself drawing more and more and more and more and more, because I just love to draw. And I think that was just a great way to sort of, you know, deal with all the chaos of the pandemic. I love to, you know, go and lose myself in my creativity. So,
JOYAnne, I didn't know that you just recently pivoted during the pandemic. I'm thinking all this time, knowing you're on Clubhouse, that this pharmaceutical career was like years and years ago. So you're saying you did this?
Oh no! So yeah, so I launched this my JOYBLZ business. I launched it a year ago. Yeah, so it was, you know, and I wanted to do something with my characters, because I've drawn 2,500 of those, Aurea, and counting. There's 2,500.
Oh my gosh! They're the cute. You draw these by hand.
Yes, I draw them. They're not drawn on a computer, Aurea. Those are hand drawn, and then what I do is I color them in on the computer, you know, to give them lots of colors. But those are hand drawn. Every single one is hand drawn. I do not use. I literally, and you know what I say, Aurea? I say they come from my heart, but they pop out of my head. So when I sit down to draw one, I have no idea what it's going to look like. And then when I look down and I see the piece of paper, I'm in shock, because I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. And when I started sharing them with people, Aurea, the first word that people said to me was, I would show them to people and I say, what do you look, when you see this character, what do you think? And they all said, I'm so joyful. I'm so joyful. Everyone said joyful, 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 because they're all smiling. I don't know if you noticed that, but every single one of them is smiling. They're all smiling. All 2,500 and counting are smiling.
2,500 of these. And if you're listening on a podcast,
and they're all different.
But you got to go to joyblz.com or go to JOYBLZ on Instagram. These will brighten your day. They're vibrant in color. They're all smiling. And just that this comes out of your brain is the cutest thing I've ever seen. I absolutely love them. When I got them in my box, because we've been doing different summits together, and they've come in gift boxes, and you open something up and you see this, you're right, you can't help but smile, feel joy, and just get a chuckle.
Yeah, they're really, I think, and that's why I made up that word, Aurea. That word I made up. JOYBLZ, JOYBLZ.
I wanted to have the trademark it. I mean, look.
Yeah, I trademarked it. It's trademarked. And each of the characters has a name that ends in LZ, like Aurea is showing you.
Jumbles and blooms.
Like this one's Angels, and it ends in LZ, and then they have a message that is related to there. So this one says, "Believe in miracles." And then,
I like this one. Take the leap.
Oh yeah,
with your frog jokes. You're the queen of frog jokes too.
I'm the queen of frog jokes. Yes, on Clubhouse, I'm the queen of frog jokes.
So yeah. JOYAnne, tell the listeners and the viewers now, okay, pandemic hit a lot of people really hard. Probably most people. I can't think of anybody that it didn't strike in some way, that to make everybody's life different in some way. Even if the job career didn't change, things have changed, and everybody had to pivot or swerve one way or the other. So you go from biopharmaceutical, I mean, you lost me at that word, but I get it, to over to our side of creative and fun and spreading joy. So tell us, what made you just jump over there, and what's some of the success tips that help you do this successfully?
Okay, so, well, for me, as I said, I always had this dream of sharing my creativity with the world. So the first thing is that if you have a passion and you have a dream, I say go for it. It took me a long time to realize that this is what I wanted to do as the next stage of my career. But that's why I say that saying, you're never too old and it's never too late to pursue your dream. So, you can have one successful career in one area, but if you have a lot of people have hobbies, or they have these big dreams that they never pursue because they think, oh, I'm too old, or, it's too scary to do that. Or and I want to say to people, no, it isn't. Go and pursue those dreams and passions, because that at the end of the day is you sharing your gifts with the world. And so for me, I realized I had this gift. This is a gift that I had, because I really believe we all have gifts. And if I'm not going to share that with the world, then that's being selfish, right? Because I have
Amen.
this gift and I should share it with the world. So even though I was successful in my biotech career, I knew that I had this other dream that I always wanted to do, was sharing this creativity. So I want to tell everyone in the audience, you might have a dream that you have, whether it's a hobby or some kind of passion, whatever you have, I want you to go out there and pursue that, because that will make a difference in the lives of others. And also you'll inspire others too, because you never know what your gift is going to do and how it will impact others. And that's what I found amazing about when I'm sharing these JOYBLZ, Aurea, because people say to me, oh my gosh, I was really having a bad day, or I was feeling sad. And just coming to your Instagram page, by the way, the Instagram is actually JOYBLZ Nartuni. It's different than that JOYBLZ one, the JOYBLZ.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I bet
yeah, I know.
JOYBLZ, they'll find you, right?
Yeah, you put JOYBLZ Nartuni for Instagram. You can come and see it. Yeah. And but the thing is, when they come to my Instagram or they buy the deck or whatever, the first thing they say to me is, thank you so much for making me smile or making me laugh or brightening my day. That makes my heart sing, because the fact that I can make one person smile or one person feel uplifted and one person just have a brighter day, oh my gosh, then I know that, you know what, I'm affecting and impacting so many lives. So that's why I am feeling like, you know what, this is like, I am definitely living my purpose. You know, not that I didn't accomplish a lot by,
Oh my God,
you know,
yes.
working in biotech, because I did. I helped save a lot of people's lives. But now I'm doing this whole pivot to say, okay, but now I want to spread so much joy into the world, because at the end of the day, I just feel like I'm like the head JOYBLZ. That's why I'm called JOYAnne. I'm like the big head JOYBLZ, and I want to go out there and spread as much joy as I can into the world, because that's
and it's perfect. Your name is JOYAnne, and everybody on Clubhouse, we pegged you JOYAnne,
yeah,
which is so what you are. And I love JOYAnne, that it's just JOYAnne now forever, that you've given women, I like to say over 40, hope, which is what I've always loved to do. You know, I didn't win my Emmy Award till I was 48 years old, because women, we think, gosh, we hit 30 and we're too old, and we hit 40 and oh my gosh, now, you know, what can we do with our lives? It's over. And it's really only just begun. And the fact that you did so much in the biotech world, and as a cancer survivor, I thank you for your service. Thank you for that. We need that. But now on the next side of your legacy, on this next chapter, is mental health and mental illness, and our mental state now, because of the pandemic, has become so much more prevalent. It's like God prepared you for this time in your life, that now we need joy even more than your biotech, because other people can keep that torch going. But now this special gift you have to help bring joy and happiness isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. And I say this on Clubhouse and rooms with you all the time, because if we don't laugh and we don't find joy, this mental state is just going to get worse and worse. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Aurea. And that's the impact I really see. Like, I feel like I have made a difference in, especially people have told me that, you know, you have come to my room on Clubhouse called the Daily Smile. I mean, I run that room 5 days a week, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't missed a day, 5 days a week in 7 months. And it's all about, we ask the question, what brings you joy and what made you smile today? And people come from all over the world. Aurea has come to this room many times. And people have told me and back channeled me and, you know, messaged me on Instagram and whatever, you know, wherever they can message me. And they have said, thank you so much for holding that space, because when they come, they could be suffering, like you said, from some anxiety, from some kind of depression. They could have been grieving the loss of someone, and just being in that room and feeling, you know, because I make people laugh in that room, you know, Aurea, we have so much fun. People say that, yeah, that they leave that room feeling uplifted, inspired, and their day has been brighter. The amount of countless emails that I get, and that makes me so happy. The fact that, you know, not only can I do that with my JOYBLZ, but that I'm doing it every day, 5 days a week on Clubhouse, to help people who come into that room who tell me, and I say I welcome every emotion. You do not have to be happy and joyful coming into that Daily Smile. I want everybody to come in there. And if you don't want to come on the stage, it's okay. But people were just sitting in the audience saying, thank you so much. It's the first time I smiled in 3 weeks because her father had passed away. You know, things like that. So
Yeah, you
that,
want them to come in when they're not happy. So they're welcome to come in
right,
if they're feeling sad, feeling blue, maybe just lost a loved one. Because even it might not be a belly laugh today, but it might be just a little smile. It might be just, I feel a little bit better today. I'm not ready to laugh yet, but I just feel better. Instead of going into rooms that are just talking about, the world coming to the end, it's nice
right,
to know we have, there's a time and place to get
yep,
updated on news. But then
right.
you've got to find some joy in this world. You really do. And you really have that in spades. And I'm so glad that you've really taken this on and really running with it. And what I love too about our collaborations on Clubhouse is there's opportunity for you to really take this to the next level. And we're not going to say what it is because it's going to be a surprise. We need to protect all the ideas that you have coming down the pike. But this is really going to turn into an empire for you, bringing joy not just to kids, but to adults who really need it in all sorts of ways. This is a limitless idea that you've come up with. And you've really gained some great traction and friends and people that I see are going to pour into you, not just idea wise, but investment wise, and investing in what you're about to do, because it's so much needed. And this Christmas, we all should be giving JOYBLZ these cute cards as a stocking stuffer. But I foresee next Christmas, there's going to be a lot more to be putting under the tree.
Oh, that's right. Because Aurea is my biggest fan. And I want to say, Aurea, the other area that I feel like these characters and I can have an impact is I've been bringing these cards to cancer centers here locally where I live. And I've been bringing them to memory care centers, to people who have dementia. And I'm telling you, like, they have told me just the colors and looking at the characters has really changed these people. Like, they just look at them and they feel so excited and happy. And then I've been bringing them to nursing homes and hospitals. So I just want to get them everywhere out into the world to create what I call a joy ripple effect. Because you know what? It's like if I can spread joy and then someone else can pass it on. It's like the smiling is contagious poem, but it's like joy can be like spread and spread and spread, because we can all be ambassadors of joy. So I want to have all these ambassadors of joy going out there and spreading as much joy and positivity and inspiration and smiles into the world, because that's what we need more of, right? We rise by lifting others. I love that saying, we rise by lifting others. And the more we can uplift each other, the more we can encourage each other, the more we can support each other, and the more that we can spread joy, we're all going to be happier and we're all going to win. That's what I believe.
Absolutely, as we should. And we're going to pick some cards from this JOYBLZ deck. But making the JOYBLZ deck, though, I mean, that's a feat in its own. If you're listening to this on a podcast, go to JOYBLZ.com, JOYBLZ.com, and look at these JOYBLZ. They're absolutely amazing. And it took some doing, because when I first got these in the mail, I'm like, oh, this isn't cheesy. This is a beautiful, hard stock, glossy, well-made deck full of JOYBLZ that looks like it was made by Mattel or Hasbro. There's nothing cheesy about these at all. So for the success part of this podcast and show, tell us, how did you get this made? Like, give us this is in my head and I want to take this and turn it into a product. Can you give some tips on how you turn this into an actual well-made product?
Oh, sure. All right. Thank you. Yeah. So when I was thinking about, because I told you I have 2,500 characters and counting. So I wanted to take my favorite top 100 characters. And so the first thing I did is I copyrighted those with the Copyright Office to protect myself, to make sure I had my top 100 characters copyrighted. Then I picked my favorite 35 to put in this deck, because I have other ideas for other decks and other things and other products, as we know, Aurea. But, and then of course, I set up an LLC and, trademarked my logo, all those kind of things that you want to get in place from the business perspective. And then I thought, what is the first thing that I want to get out into the world? And I started, doing market research, asking a lot of people, doing some like pilot groups, and people said, oh, we'd love them like in a like almost like an Oracle deck, they said. And I said, yeah, but I don't want to be an Oracle deck. And they said, well, whatever you want to create, but we'd love something where we could see them. And so I started talking to a lot of people, and I thought, what's an easy first product that I could get out, that I don't have to spend, months and months and months creating, right? And that isn't, and it's fairly, not as cost, there's not like cost prohibitive to invest in the beginning. So that's why I thought I want to put them out there where people can actually have one in their hand, and look at them with all the colors. And then I already had the names all picked out, and I just had to come up with the sayings. And then I found a very good, I looked at lots of printers. I had to do a lot of testing. And then I got some prototypes, and then I did some more, testing with groups, because you always want to do some test marketing. And people said we love them. And then and then I just, I designed, all the way I had this logo designed, how I wanted the colors to look, how I wanted this packaging to look. I designed this. I don't know if you saw this, Aurea, but it even has like a little guy smiling at you when you open up the package, and it says, "Let's play." Yeah, I designed all of that. Yeah, see, I mean, I really designed it down to the detail of what I wanted on this. And
you really did.
On all the sides, it says all the things that they do: dream, laugh, create. I mean, I spent a lot of time on the packaging, and this was
I can tell.
Yeah, now, I spent a lot of time.
Start to finish, long time, because this started the pandemic. We've only in like 19 months. Now, when I say only, it seems like 15 years. Right. But start to finish. I love what you said, and this is really important for people having an idea to write this down. You surveyed potential clients. You surveyed to see what the world needed, what your community wanted. Instead of just saying, "Oh, I think I'll develop this," you asked first. And I've heard a lot about that from different coaches, that see first what would sell, see what the audience wants. You did that. A+ for that. So start to finish on, okay, now I'm going to turn it into a deck. This is what the audience wants, so I'm going to make a deck. How long was it from start to finish?
From start to finish. So I started, let's see. So that wasn't that long, because I started in April, and then so May, June. So 6 months? So like 4 months. 4 months. Okay. You're saying a long time. 4 months is great. That's like nothing in the big scheme of things. That was like to get, my idea, to have these focus groups. Amazing. And then to get some prototypes made, and then of course to figure out who I was going to use for printing. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that I would know every single step. But it was like 4 months, about 4 months to get it. It's not that. Made in the USA. Yeah, I wanted to make sure it was made in the USA.
I love that. And this is amazing, because it does not look thrown together. I'm trying to show people that if you're listening to this on a podcast,
and it's all shrink wrapped. It's shrink wrapped. It comes very nicely shrink wrapped. It comes shrink wrapped.
It's really so well done, JOYAnne. So well done.
I know. When I look at it, I sort of think it is, because it looks like you could just put this right on the shelf of a store. And of course, during the pandemic, all the stores weren't open, so some of them in my local area did.
Do you have an Etsy store?
I have my own website, but the Etsy I could do as well. But my website is similar. It's the same kind of thing, but I have my own website.
So I want people to go to JOYBLZ. So JOYBLZ.
Yeah, you want to go to JOYBLZ. And for your audience, Aurea, audience, I'm going to give a coupon code for your audience today.
Oh, yay! What is it?
Because I want them to get if they want to get a deck or some stickers or whatever they want to get on my website, because I do have some stickers there, as well as Aurea knows. Fun. The word fun, FUN, and then the number 20, fun 20, and fun 20. Yeah, fun 20, FUN, and then 20, and it's not case sensitive or anything. And then you'll get 20% off anything you want on my website. And right now I have these JOYBLZ decks, and I have the stickers. But Aurea, I don't know if you saw, but I also have a playing card deck that's out of stock right now, but I'm going to be getting some more of those. And those are great stocking stuffers, because it's an actual playing card deck with my characters as the suits. They're actually as the suits. Yeah.
All right. Let me know when those are back in stock. I want those.
I think you'll love those.
I will absolutely love those. I'm your biggest fan. Of course, I'm going to love these. I just love everything about this. And JOYAnne, so it's fun 20. Go to JOYBLZ.com, put in fun 20, get 20% off from Get Celebritized. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
That's for your audience, for Aurea's audience.
Thank you so much.
Listening to this Get Celebritized, because Aurea is amazing, and I want to give her audience, all the people listening, a discount so you can get some for the holidays. Because they're great gifts. They're great gifts. I mean, I'm not biased, of course, but
all right. Now, this was my idea I had for the holidays. Okay. Listen to the holidays, because we do Elf on the Shelf. Well, my daughters are a little bit too old for, but I always did Elf on the Shelf. And from right after Halloween, so November 1st, because our elves get out and they play for 2 months because we have a good time. But whenever elves come out, I would put one of these little messages with the elves, because the elves get into mischief.
Yes,
so the elves are holding a little card of JOYBLZ.
I love that.
Yeah, and they came down from Santa. So JOYBLZ is coming from Santa.
Gosh.
And it's where all the elf on the shelves is for whenever you bring out your elves, whether it's right after Thanksgiving or whatever, and they're always getting in mischief and they're fishing in the toilet or they're making a mess in the kitchen, put a JOYBLZ message out like it's from Santa. I think the young kids would just absolutely love this. And it's a little extra message that is so fun. So and everybody needs JOYBLZ in their stocking for sure. So what I love to do too, and you taught me this, is I'm going to shuffle them up, and I know we want to pick a card.
Yeah, I want to pick one for you. I'm going to pick one for you, Aurea, and you pick one for me.
Okay. So we shuffle them up.
All right.
We pick a silly card for the day.
Woo. All right. So, and I'm going to ask, you want to ask, what do you need to hear today, Aurea, for you?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to pick one for Aurea. Let's see who we get. Because Aurea is amazing. I bet you she's going to, and this is always interesting. Okay. Tell me when to stop shuffling, Aurea.
Okay. Now.
Okay. Do you want the top card or the bottom card?
Oh, the top. Never mind.
Okay. Good. Oh my gosh, Aurea, you're not going to believe who I got for you. What? This is so you. Look, Queenals.
No, look what I just did. Look what just fell out of my lap.
Just treat yourself royally. Oh!
It just fell out of my lap when I was shuffling my cards.
No way.
Queenals.
What? Oh, come on, Aurea. Wait a minute. Are you serious?
I was just shuffling while you were talking and one fell out. And I picked it up and I put it down. And there was this one.
That was the
I
one.
couldn't have found this if I tried. I could have not dug it in.
Maybe it was in your deck also telling you that she wanted to come out and talk to you as well. Oh my gosh, Aurea, that's amazing. Because that was the one that when I shuffled and that one. All right. That's your card. Right. Treat yourself.
Tell me when to stop for you then.
Okay.
Stop for you.
Okay.
This is too fun.
Okay. All right. You can stop now.
And
now, just to be different, I want you to pick one from the middle.
I was going to say, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
It from
right there. Yeah, that one. Pick that one. Yeah.
And it's upside down, of course.
I know. What is it?
Poodles.
Oh, enjoy this moment. I'm enjoying this moment with Aurea. So that is a perfect one for me because I'm just overjoyed of being on this podcast, this whole, whatever you want, this whole
podcast
show. I'm calling it everything. It's everything. It's like a party.
It's a party.
I'm like excited about being on the show, on this, everything that's being streamed, whatever. I'm just excited.
And I'm excited to have you. JOYAnne, you are a joy. And we cannot end this segment of this podcast without getting a frog joke. So I know that you've got a special frog joke in store because if you guys are listening or watching, we're on Clubhouse. We're the Clubhouse family. And we never let her off the stage without telling us a great frog joke. But she started this, so it's all her fault.
I know. I started the frog. What was that?
How did it start?
Oh, the frog jokes. You know how that started? I was in a room on Clubhouse. It was a room, tell me your best joke. And I got up on the stage and I told a frog joke and then I started laughing and then everyone said, oh my gosh, your laugh is hilarious. You need to keep coming back. They weren't even laughing at the frog joke or they were laughing at my laugh. So then I kept getting invited back to that room. And every time, and then I would be, the guy would moderate me and say, okay, we got JOYAnne here. And then I'd change my picture to a frog. And then I would just tell frog joke after frog joke, whatever, when they would come to my turn. And that's how it started. And then I just thought, you know what? Everybody seems to like my laugh and my frog joke. So I'm going to hop along to every room.
Well, now you need some frog JOYBLZ. You need a whole series of
I have that one that you saw, like the one that says take a leap as a frog.
Oh, fun. I'll have to look
I know, that's one. Okay, but all right, I'll tell a frog joke for your audience. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is an easy one. I like this one because it's really short and sweet. Okay.
Now, if you're listening, you got to hear her laugh. It's great. I love your laugh.
Okay. So what do stylish frogs wear?
Watch, here she goes. She's laughing. It's the best part of the joke. Keep going. I'm going to pause. Don't listen to you laugh.
And I just can't laugh too much now because I want to make sure that we have enough time for you to see if you know the answer, Aurea. Wait, you don't know the answer, do you? No, you don't know that one.
I have heard it, but I can't remember. So say it one more time.
What do stylish frogs wear?
What do stylish frogs wear? I don't know.
Okay, I'll tell you. They wear jumpsuits.
Jumpsuit. That's right. I have heard that one.
That's such a good one. Because I told that another woman was in a room and she was like, I gotta go now. I gotta put my jumpsuit on. And she was like, She said I have to leave the room with my jumpsuit, and then she jumped. And she says I have to jump off now.
Oh my gosh, I love you. Are contagious, JOYAnne. Absolutely love you. I can't wait to see what is in store for your JOYBLZ. And for all of you listening and all of you watching, go to JOYBLZ.com, put in FUN20, which is 20, 20% off for the holidays or for whenever you do it. Go to JOYBLZ, JOYBLZ. Got to see them. They will bring joy to your life. Follow her on Instagram. I'm sure your link is on your website for your Instagram.
Oh, yeah, it's on there. Yeah, you can follow it. It's just a different name there, but it's okay. It's just you have to use a different one, but it's all right.
Yeah. As we close out your segment, JOYAnne, what would you like the listeners and viewers to know? One last message from you.
One last message?
From you.
Yes. Okay. My message is, if you have a dream and you have something that you've always wanted to do, I want you to go for it. I want you to do it. You know, like the Nike commercials. Just oh, that's even better. I was going to say just do it, but I like Aurea's better. Hop to it. I want you to share your gift with the world, or your gifts, whatever you have. I know everyone listening has amazing gifts, because we all do. And I want you to share your gift, because I can't wait to see all the gifts that you all have within you. And you know what? You'll just never know, as I said, what impact you're going to make and how you're going to change someone's life by sharing that gift. So I want to encourage everyone listening to go out there and share your gift with the world, because as I said at the beginning, you're never too old and it's never too late to pursue your dream. So go and hop to it and take a leap.
Take a leap. There you go. JOYAnne, you've been joining us always. I love you so much. Your future is so bright. You'll have to come back. We want to stay updated on your JOYBLZ and everything you develop from these, because it really is unlimited what's going to happen with these JOYBLZ and these adorable characters. Check them out. Get some joy. Have a laugh. And get on Clubhouse with us. I've got follow me, follow JOYAnne, celebritize your business on Clubhouse. And every day, JOYAnne is spreading joy everywhere she goes. So hope you'll join us. Thank you, JOYAnne.
Thank you, Aurea. This is one I picked for your crowd, for your group. Let your creativity flow. That's what I picked for you. I picked this one for everyone listening.
Oh, what's her name? What's her name?
This one's Artistos. Artistos says, let your creativity flow. This is for everyone in the audience listening. This is the one I picked from the deck. And see, let your creativity flow. Woo-woo.
They're just the cutest things I've ever seen drawn. They're absolutely the cutest things. Thank you so much for sharing them with them. And the bonus card, inspired.
I know. Yeah, you have to pick what you want that one to say to you, Aurea. That's why I put a special one in there. That's a special one. Yeah, you have to figure out what you want it to say. You can figure out your own saying. That one might say something. Oh, I love that one. Be uniquely you.
Okay. Woo! We can do this all night long. Thank you so much, JOYAnne. I'll see you over on Clubhouse, and someday we will meet in person.
Of course, we're going to meet in person, Aurea. We have to meet in person.
Absolutely. Thank you, JOYAnne. Love you to pieces. Y'all check her out. FUN20, 20% off. Thanks, JOYAnne.
Bye. Thank you, Aurea.
We'll come over. It's only the beginning. Bye, darling. Bye. All right. Bye. Don't go away. I have my next guest coming right up. Waiting off in the wings is none other than another beautiful mind, beautiful inside and out. Another amazing woman that is using both sides of her brains too. You know, I think it's a girl thing that we can successfully utilize both sides of our brains and be beautiful inside and out, be smart, be creative, be amazing, inspiring. It really is a girl thing. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, guys, you're wonderful too, but this is just girl time right now. I'm bringing on next Modoline Altenor. Oh, if I'm mispronouncing, please, Modoline, let me know. She is not only an attorney, she is one of the nation's top 40 under 40 lawyers named by the National Bar Association. She's the owner and CEO of her own law firm. But get this, close to my heart, she is the former Mrs. Haiti International 2018 and Mrs. Haiti World 2020. So don't ever think anything bad about attorneys or lawyers again, because they are real people doing really good in this world, like Modoline. So here she comes. Modoline!
Hi!
Oh, you look gorgeous as always.
Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Yes! Thank you so much for having me, Aurea.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. It's so great to bring great, powerful women on this show like you and JOYAnne that are living your dream, that are living your best life, that are doing what you're called to do. Like we had JOYAnne that, I mean, from curing cancers and doing biotechnical to making us laugh and be joyful. And now you, Modoline, not only do you have your law firm, and I love lawyers. We need lawyers because we can't fight our own battles. You know, my brother-in-law was a DA. My father-in-law was a circuit court judge. My dad was an attorney. So I love attorneys. There's good and bad in any category of any life. But what would we do without them? Think about that. And not only that, you are supporting the nation that you know is so close to my heart with my fundraiser for Haiti. So let's start with that because you're supporting Haiti. Tell me how that started, a little bit about yourself.
Oh my goodness. A little bit about myself. I was born in New York. I lived in Paris for a little bit. Go figure. Manhattan. I was born in Manhattan. I was actually born at the hospital, New York University Hospital. I was born in Manhattan. I lived in Brooklyn for a little while. Then we moved to Paris because my mother grew up in Paris. And thereafter, so my first language was not English. It was all wee, and no English. I know, pretty crazy.
And you have no accent, either way.
I abandoned French kind of quick. Like the moment my dad tells me this story, I don't remember it. He says, I came home and I noticed that no one wanted to be my friend. I couldn't understand anything, and that was it, cold turkey. However, when I go to Paris, because practically all of our family lives there on my mother's side, within a matter of weeks, the accent comes back, the language comes back, it's crazy. And I actually studied, it's second language acquisition, so there's that.
My God, the brain's an amazing thing, I'll tell you what, it's amazing.
Yeah, so here I am in Central Florida. I'm an attorney. I have 2 babies. I have an awesome husband of 11 years. And gosh, so fortunate to meet.
Way too young. Way too young to have all that in your dark already. Oh my gosh, you look like you're 21.
Oh, I'm tired.
Most women's life does make people tired. So you have all that going for you. And now, what made you want to be an attorney and then go on to represent Haiti? How does Haiti fit into this?
Wow.
Because you're from New York, from Paris.
Yes. So both of my parents were born in Haiti.
Okay.
I'm 100% Haitian. My husband was born in Haiti. So I am like all the way Haitian.
Yeah, I get it.
Yes. And I have to say this, my grandparents, they still resided, although they traveled between France and Haiti, that was their home. And we still had family members that had homes in Haiti. But you know what really struck a chord for me? And this is before I became Mrs. Haiti International 2018. And it's always a chilling story for me. But when I see children that look like my child, and my son at the time, and it's hot, and they want nothing more than something very cool to drink.
Yep.
They want nothing more than an opportunity to succeed. They want nothing that I have to offer them but a book and a chance at education. They may be hungry, but they understand the power in being able to be educated, get a job, and provide for themselves. You know, when you hear that the Haitian people are very proud people, it's not loosely, despite the tragedy that is going on in my home country at the time. This is not the Haiti that I grew up knowing or that my mother speaks of. At this moment, everybody's heart is breaking that knew Haiti from long ago. This is not Haiti anymore. A lot of Haitians that knew Haiti say we have now lost our country, but I digress. When I see children that have so much hope, there is no better feeling than giving them the opportunity to succeed. And that's where I come in. I get chills talking about it because it is one where you have boots on the ground, you go to them, You talk to them and you say, hey, listen, I'm like the Black Oprah. I have everything in my car. You want a bicycle? You want a car? What do you want? I've got it all.
I love that.
What do you want? I'm Target, I have Walmart. Anything you want. You know what? These kids, they stood up one by one. I have videos of this. And I was like, so what would you like? Because I'm sure I have it. I want a book. And they said a title. And I was like, okay, don't have that one. Next child. I go through a whole classroom and they're saying the same book. So then I go to the headmistress and I'm like, what are they asking me for and why do I not have it? And the truth of the matter is, this is the book that they need where all their state exams come out of. They don't have it. So then it cannot study at home in order to pass and succeed.
Okay.
When you ask these same kids, what do you want to become in the future? And I want a doctor. Oh, they don't like lawyers, by the way.
Oh, no.
They don't like lawyers.
Lawyers. I don't get it.
I'm like, what? You don't like me? They don't like lawyers. However, they have the most beautiful dreams. 6, 7, 8, 10, 11 babies. And they don't have a book. It all starts with education. See, that's my platform. My platform is literacy via education. And that is kind of from my upbringing. My father, who was once an electrical engineer, moved away from the Navy base in New York, came to Orlando, became a teacher, etc. And I then would help him after school in the Haitian community to help those that needed their GED, to learn what they needed to learn in order to get their citizenship. So there's a lot of my upbringing involved in the importance of education and why that is a platform near and dear to my heart. It is something that riddles and that plagues all communities, education. So that's a little bit about me and why I'm so sensitive about the children of Haiti, because you know what, Aurea, you don't roll the dice and say, hey, I want to be born in, one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere. Like, nobody does that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not their fault. And if I can bring a little bit of hope, and dare I steal from JOYAnne, a little bit of joy.
Yeah. She wants to spread the joy. She's dancing in the backstage.
I am with JOYAnne.
I love that. Now, when you went and you got crowned Mrs. World of Haiti and Haiti International, was your platform education? And what do you think that did for the people of Haiti? Did that help inspire the little girls that they could have more? So I know there was a big reason why you did that was important for you to be crowned in those categories.
Yes. So when I was crowned Mrs. Haiti International, I made a promise. And my promise was I was going to do more than talk about literacy via education and its importance. I was actually going to build a school.
Ooh.
I said it on stage, Aurea.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
So, accountability here and keeping your promises.
Right.
And I was very, very fortunate to say that within 2 years' time, that came true.
Really?
And when it happened, I remember it like, oh my gosh, I believe it was around maybe March, around the height of the pandemic in 2020. I got an email, and the email says, there's a charity that's willing to match your donations to build on. That's the company I was working with. And I was like, what? This might be my chance. It's $40,000 to build the school. I did a quick fundraiser, which literally landed me my first 10 grand. Thereafter, I'm like, okay, now we need $30,000, right? But it's all about group participation. It's one thing, you can sweat, but it's group participation. So I worked on it. Eventually, it was one of those things that I knew I promised and I had to see through. And when that email came, I was like, I'm not waiting anymore. This is it. I put 15, they put 15. My kids have a school.
Where is it?
It's in NIPPES, N-I-P-P-E-S, which is in the southern region of Haiti, the most southern region of Haiti.
Okay.
Sadly, that is also the area where the earthquake occurred recently.
Oh my gosh. They've been through so much, Modeline. And I'm going to put up the website, lovehimlovethem.org. You've got to meet my friend Linda. She has a hospital down there. They've been working in Haiti for so many years. And you two will have a lot of synergy. I just raised almost $40,000 for them the last month. For my birthday, working towards the 60 grand for my 60th birthday, and I'm not stopping. And I think together we'll definitely achieve more. So power up together. Linda Gunter, the founder of Love Him, Love Them. You two will be fast friends. She heard I was interviewing you tonight. She goes, "What, Mrs. World Haiti? Wait a minute, why do I not know this?" I'm like, I'm connecting you because it's so important we all come together for the same cause. She's got a hospital. You have a school. Y'all can really, and what I saw on the news the other day, I think it was just yesterday, you probably saw this, where I think Linda, she posted it, go to lovehimlovethem.org on Instagram, and it shows all the people rising up when the gang said, nobody come out today anymore. Everybody stay in your house. The gangs, every one of those people are out, jumping in their cars, and they're standing against the gang members.
Good for them.
When you think about it, there's more good people than gang members. They stood up against that, which are just the loudest. They're not the majority.
Right.
I got goosebumps to see them jumping up there, just enjoying this. We are not going to bow down. We're not going to hide in our house anymore. So let's band together too as supporters here in this country. Do whatever we can to help them.
I agree.
So, do you have a nonprofit? Because I'd love for people to know about your nonprofit as well.
I do. You know what, Aurea? I will say this. My nonprofit is Modoline Hopes Foundation. It is recently, I would say it's been like maybe 4 months, 3-4 months. We became 501c3 approved by the IRS. So yay. I've been doing everything out of pocket. And you know what? Yeah, and you know what? Regardless of me having the 501c3, I have to say I have not walked this journey alone. I've had amazing people on my Facebook page that don't even know me, and some that do, that have poured in every time I go to Haiti. I mean, we load up American Airlines like it's nobody's business. And I am flying, everybody's flying, and everybody's got 70 pounds worth per bag. It's crazy.
Do you foresee going anytime in the near future?
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask Mr. Altenor on that one.
Yeah. But still, I know that you probably do this, and I know Linda does this. They have their ways of getting things down there. They just got a big tanker down there, and they hand deliver and get things to people, water, food, and help the orphans. So you guys... Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah. It's very sad, because I haven't even seen my school yet. I've seen the pictures. I've seen the happy children.
Yay.
The best feeling in my life after marrying my husband and having children, this was so right up there, because these are children that don't know me, and they have this chance of a future. What were they doing before we built that school? Is the question. And education isn't free in Haiti. So it's either you can pay or you're not going. Oh, no.
Really?
It is not a fundamental right like we have here in the United States, where your kids could just go to public school until, graduation. At least they get a GED or a vocational degree. No. You're born, good for you. You want to go to school, good for you. Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay.
It's crushing. It is crushing, and that is why my promise ran so deep, and it kept me up so many times until it was done. And when I paid that 15 grand, oh wow, beautiful feeling. When you're not acting for yourself but for others, that to me is the epitome of love. That to me is being selfless. That to me is, oh wow, it's really caring and living outside of all the selfish needs that, we as human beings, we tend to be so absorbed in all the beautiful, nice things. And I love nice things, obviously. Yeah. But the Chanel bag sits, on its counter in my closet, and so do the shoes and everything else. But I got to see what my work could do. That's what ties in me being a lawyer. I can afford to give someone a chance. All they ask is for a chance.
Modeling, you're speaking my language. This podcast is all about helping women, especially, earn more so they can live more, so they can give back more. That's my mantra. Earn more, live more, give back more, because the world needs us to be successful. If we have a talent, if we have a skill, if we're like in America or another country that allows you success, then I feel it's our responsibility to be successful so we can help people like that are in Haiti and other countries and other far places that they don't have an opportunity. They were born in, I don't want to say the wrong country, but in not good circumstances where they're can't do anything to help themselves because of their circumstances where they were born. And we're on this earth to help as many other people as we can that can't climb out. They're not being lazy. They're not doing something right. It's where they were born. Or other people maybe in your country that are disabled that, again, cannot do something not by any fault of their own. So it's really important that we make more so we can give back more. And I love that you're doing that. So in the last few minutes that we have together, you're an extremely successful woman. You're a mother, you're a wife, you're a philanthropist. You are amazing. Give our listeners and viewers some hope, some success tips on how they can do that too. If they're trying to balance that life or be successful, be happy, and live like the dream that you've had, something really spectacular, that you're an attorney, you own your own law firm, you're a CEO. Give us some tips on how you made that happen or what might have stopped you from that happening and you didn't let it.
You know what? The first thing that comes to mind, Aurea, is walk the journey less traveled. And that's really where I come from, right? I worked at a huge law firm here in Central Florida, huge. And when I left, I was operating at the top of the firm and I didn't go back. And the decision was I wanted to be the best mom I could be. But I was still so young, I had to use my license. And that gave birth to my law firm for my son, right? But to backtrack for your listeners and your viewers, I have to say this, and this is really what it took. Surround yourselves with people that will uplift you. Surround yourselves with people that could see the goals and take your hand and say, get on the road less traveled and walk. And really, really what it takes is perseverance and sticking to it until your last breath. And that's when you're going to get what you're looking for. There's no pain. There's no gain without pain, right?
Yeah.
Anything. There's always a story behind the greatness.
Who created that rule? Oh, wait a minute.
Maybe
You're
to
right,
appreciate it more, but
it reminds me of the butterfly. They've got to come out of the cocoon themselves. If you help a caterpillar, coming out of the cocoon because you see it trying to get out as a butterfly, you'll actually do damage to it. You will kill the butterfly. It's got to go through that painful coming out of that cocoon itself, which strengthens its wings so it can fly. If you try to help it and cut that cocoon open and not let it, build those muscles, you're doing it more harm than good. So you're right. It builds our strength muscles, our power muscles. It builds our, have no fear muscle, because we have to go through the stuff to get there. And you said something that I preach all the time to my clients is you become like the 5 people you hang around with most. Might not be any news to anybody, but do you do it? Are you really looking around? And of course, there'll always be some people that maybe they're in your own family or maybe they're, acquaintances that are the doggy downers and the just, Debbie Downers, whatever you want to call it. But you've got to still surround yourself with 5 amazing, powerful people, like you said, that will lift you up, because that'll counteract anyone that's saying, what are you doing now? And did you already try that? Yeah.
Blessings. Honestly, you're so right, Aurea. That energy is what's going to help you stay up at night. That energy is what's going to help you get online, go to www.whatever and sign up for whatever your future is waiting for, right? You're not going to go.
Amen. So, I love that. www, whatever. I love it.
Whatever.
Whatever it is, do it. But definitely, and I'm a big believer in coaches. I'm a big believer in investing in yourself, investing in a coach. You invest in education. You invested in school and law school. And if you're an entrepreneur, don't do it alone. Invest in a great coach. That's where you want to be. Taking advice from people that are where you want to be, not two people that are the same place. It's you've got to reach up. And I love when I learned, and we're all in this line, and there's always somebody ahead of you, and there's always somebody behind you. So reach up and invest and pay the people ahead of you to help you get there faster, and then turn around and help the ones that are behind you get to where you are now.
Beautiful.
And that is just, the way it works. And I always have a coach, sometimes more than one. And I'm always turning around coaching. And then you have your free part of your business, like a lawyer. They have their business, they make money. I know you have pro bono arms to what you do. There is such a nice balance, but get out there and live your dreams. And you're proof you can do it. You
Yes, you can do it.
You absolutely can. I'm so excited. Well, for those listening, I'm going to show your website now pronounce your last name.
Oh, it's Altenor.
Altenor. So if you're listening, it's ALTENOR lawfirm.com. You're out of Orlando, correct?
Yes, I am. I take care of everyone in the state of Florida.
Everyone in the state of Florida. We moved here from St. Pete, Florida. So, it's funny. We have the same, background. So I was in Paris. You went Paris. I went to Atlanta area. But otherwise, we have New York and Florida in common. And I'm going to connect you with Linda. Love him, love them.org.
Please do.
You've got a school. She's got a hospital. You both have a love for Haiti. I am a charity auctioneer. I will auctioneer for both of you, raise money to help the people of Haiti. We'll get some people that will match our donations and really take this to the next level, because what's happened to Haiti just is one smack in the face after the next. They deserve a break. They deserve everybody to help them and show the compassion of the world. And you know what? And after we help them, there'll be other people that need our help. So please go out there, earn more so you can live more, so you can give back more. I can't wait till I can just write out a $60,000 check and not have to raise $60,000, So that's the dream. That's the dream. Modoline, in our last minute, what's your biggest tip or for a young girl that wants to aspire to make her dreams come true? Give her a tip from you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, quick tip. Hone in on what it is that you want out of life. And believe that you can get that future, because you can. Someone's already done it. Find that person and you're one step ahead.
Oh, that's good. That is good. It's just what we said before. Hanging on to the coattails of those where you can be. Why do it alone? Why make blind mistakes? Get that roadmap out and get on the road to success. Modoline, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. So great. And I'm going to have you back. I just want to follow up, and we'll follow up what we're doing for Haiti. And thank you for being on Get Celebritized, where you all know you can earn more, so you can live more, so you can give back more. Proof is right here with Modoline and with JOYAnne, who's dancing off camera right now. You all have a great rest of your day or night. Until next week on Get Celebritized, this is Aurea McGarry signing off. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Woohoo!